One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
A lot to talk about in this hour. The number to reach me live, effective right now, 800-848-9222. America, you tell me what's going on. The stunning national result from Colorado last night, Congresswoman Diana DeJette served in Congress for 3 decades. 3 decades. And the woman that beat her, a 29-year-old anti-Israel socialist, a stunning defeat. What I'm trying to say, folks, is that the young lady that won, the congresswoman, has been in office longer than the winner has been alive. Think about that for a second. 800-848-9222. And already the winner, Malat Kuros, is flexing her political muscle, declaring she will not support House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries to become the party's leader. So this is yet another win for the far left. They have successfully challenged incumbent Democrats in deep blue districts, including, as we all know, here in New York City, with 3 candidates endorsed by Mom Donnie won their primaries last week. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach me right now, 800-848-9222. So I want you to think about this for a second, folks. The woman that won in Colorado for this House seat last night, right? 29 years old, Malat Kuros. And she's a lawyer in Denver that lost her job for speaking out against what she calls Israel's genocide in Gaza. So think about that for a second. She lost her job for speaking out about the situation with Israel and Gaza, and now she's getting a promotion going to Congress. So how do you think this lady's going to vote in Congress? What do you think this woman born in Ethiopia, what do you folks think she's going to do, America? She's going to go against all of America's interests and proudly do so. And I'm to the point, which many of you have already articulated, maybe you do need to be born in America to serve in Congress. Because we are reaching the stage where this is all ridiculous. Anti-American. Remember her name, Malat Kuros. 29 years old. I want you to listen to her in this clip here. She's blaming America. This is before last night. She's blaming America for 9/11.
Do you believe that the 9/11 terrorist attacks on America were the inevitable consequence of American foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response. And again, just like I said before, our responsibility is to getting rid of those conditions that lead to violence in the first place.
So you heard her with the double talk, but at the end of the day, she's your new congresswoman. Yes, the general election is not until November, but in that heavily Democrat district, she is the next Congress member. And so, you know, I said, we see all your calls. We're about to begin with them momentarily. I said to you folks that we're looking at the Squad 2.0. That's now more important than ever. If you thought Ilhan Omar was bad, you look at the woman that won for Washington Heights and part of the Bronx. Then you add this woman from Denver, and they've got a caucus amongst themselves. And this is where we stand in America. She's anti-Israel, anti-American. Say whatever you want about her. She's a winner. And listen to this young lady from part of her victory speech.
1 year ago, a lot of experienced people told us this was impossible. They said you can't win without corporate PAC money. They said you can't beat a 30-year incumbent. They said the establishment and the oligarchy is just too big and too powerful to overcome. That's what they said. But 1 year, 6,500 volunteers, 115,000 doors, 500,000 calls later. You are the proof that the power of organized people beats the power of organized money.
No, it proves the power of, frankly, how dumb some Americans are. How could you vote for something so vile like this? Anti-American, anti-Israel, and she's the latest to win to take down traditional Democrats. Now, why should Republicans care about this? Because this is taking the entire country down. It is not just the Democrat Party. So when we talk about that, I see all your calls. I'm about to begin with Charles in New Jersey on line 5. I'm about to begin with that. But you think about what happened with the Supreme Court just yesterday, 24 hours ago. Birthright citizenship, right? You can continue to come here and pimp the American people and get away with it. Let's start with your telephone calls. Let's begin with Charles, line 5 in New Jersey on this hot, hot, hot day. Charles, what's on your mind?
Super hot. Hey, I just wanted to say, number one, first-time caller, I really appreciate what you do and keep up the good work. And I just wanted to make a quick statement. This is showing both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, that they better get their stuff together and start working with each other, or we're headed off a cliff, man. And that's all
I agree with you, Charles. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I get it. Republicans dislike Democrats. Democrats dislike Republicans. But at the end of the day here, we're going down a slippery slope where these losers are going to have a major say in how America is run, how America is governed. And if you think that it's a great thing for America, oh, power to the people. Oh, spend the money on the people that don't have. We'll see how well this is going to work out. It's not going to work. Let's go to line 3. Jake in Massachusetts. Jake, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Born and bred in New York, raised half the time in Boston, which is another case. I want to just tell you I'm a big fan of yours over the years. You're a great talk show host, and the most important of all, Dominic, you're a man of integrity. And that's what I appreciate. You tell the truth all the time, not just sometime. And if you have nothing good to say, you won't say it. And you have a lot of class. But here's why I'm calling. We're blaming the wrong people. Those people on the left, those communist socialists, we're always going to have them, not quite as much as we have now. You know who's to blame for this fiasco? The 89 and 90% of people who stay home and don't vote. And they don't care. If they don't vote, they don't care. Those people, for the most part, are middle America. And I know people, and you know people, that have never even voted once in their whole lives. And I'm talking about middle-aged or older people. These young kids know nothing about life, know nothing about politics, know nothing about anything. But why doesn't ABC make a big surge, a big promotion to get the people out, the average American worker, to vote? I know Ed Cox is the head of the Republican Party, but he's done nothing at all to help the Republican Party. He talks a lot, but he's done nothing. So the people to blame are the people who sit on the behinds and don't vote, Dominic. That's costing us this country. Don't you agree?
Well, certainly we need more people to vote. Thank you for the call, Jake. We need more people to vote than what currently happens. But the problem is, and I constantly try and find the right way to say this. And I'm not trying to offend anybody, but here's the bottom line. I'm going to use the word freeloader. You have a bunch of people that are interested in freeloading in America. They want to do the migrant thing. And hey, if somebody's going to freeload, I'd rather an American do it than a migrant, but it shouldn't be done in any situation. But you have Americans, certain pockets of urban America, free, free, free. They want everything for free. They want food stamps. They want welfare. They want public housing, and they want a government check. They want everything for free. And then the socialists have figured this out, and they say, look at these idiots. Let's go tell them what they want to hear. And they go tell them what they want to hear. You vote for them. Rah! We're going to deliver. We're against Israel. We're against the wars. We're for the American people. Well, how well is that working out in New York under Mamdani? It's not working out at all. The man sold you a bill of goods and will continue to sell you a bill of goods. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Sean, line 2 in Queens. Sean, what's on your mind?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. So the Constitution guarantees us a Republican form of government, not a totalitarian form of government. Therefore, these communists cannot take the oath on the Constitution, which they desire to replace.
Okay. All right, Sean, you're wasting airtime. Do you have something better to add to the program rather than that ridiculous notion? And do you know why it's ridiculous? Do you know why it's ridiculous, Sean?
Enlighten me.
Do you think they're going to come out and say, yes, I'm a communist? Do you think they're going to say that? Or do you think they're going to say they're a Democrat? Which one do you think they're going to say?
They are. Mamdani says that he's not for free market capitalism.
Oh, no. I didn't say, well, no. Focus on what I just said. Do you think they're going to come out? Do you think Mamdani's going to come out and say, yes, I'm a communist? You think he's stupid enough to do that?
Oh, he is. We know he is.
Excuse me? No. I didn't. No. You're talking about his policies. And then you said they should not be able to take office. If they're not coming out admitting that they're communists, how are you going to remove them from office?
Very simple. He lied on his application to become a U.S. citizen.
Okay, you know what? Until you can prove in a court of law that he lied, right? And if it's so easy, then why is it not being done? It's not being done because there's nothing to that argument. You're wasting your breath. I don't mean to be disrespectful to you, Sean, but you're wasting your breath. If that's what your hook to get rid of these guys and ladies are, good luck with that. It's never going to work. You've got to beat them at the ballot box. You have got to convince Americans to stop doing the stupid thing, voting for these losers that want to bring the country down. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Malat Kuros, 29 years old, and she stunningly defeats an incumbent who has been in Congress for 3 decades. This young lady, the socialist tag, and she's proud of it. She was fired from her job for criticism of Israel as it relates to Palestine, and now she's receiving a promotion. Fired from her job for what she had to say as it relates to Israel and Palestine, against Israel, and now she's going to Congress. The general election is just a formality. Establishment Democrats are in deep, deep, deep trouble. You have these socialists that are coming to voters that don't know any better, promising them the sky, and then the people go vote for them. And the rude awakening is right around the corner. You tell me, America, what is going on? This is ridiculous. This is reckless. This is not the American way. 800-848-9222. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. And did I forget to tell you the 29-year-old, she's from Ethiopia, right? So just like Ilhan Omar's from Somalia. So now this young lady, this socialist, is from Ethiopia. Where she's from perhaps shouldn't be as relevant, but let's elect some Americans. How about that? How about that? Let's go back to your telephone calls here. Let's go to Ina, line 5, Manhattan. Ina, what's on your mind?
Hello, Mr. Dominic. Dominic, she's an Ethiopian. She's from Israel. The Israelites. You know, you read about the Israelites? Israel.
Yes,
and
what's the point? What's the point you're trying to make, Ina?
That's where she's from. And
okay, so what are you saying, Ina?
Went to Ethiopia. Haile Selassie take them in. And even we Jamaicans have 8 acres of land in Ethiopia.
Okay, Ina, you're going way off the mess. What are you trying to tell me? I have a lot of calls. What are you trying to say?
You're saying that she's Ethiopian.
No, we know what I said, Ina. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to tell me? I don't need you to repeat again that she's from Ethiopia. We know that. What's the point you're trying to make?
What I'm trying to say, if she wants to run and make a change for black people. That's
right.
Good.
So Ina, you do realize you're part of the problem, right? What you just said is exactly why we're in this mess. You do realize that, right? People like you voting for clowns like that, believing that they're going to give you $1 in a dream. You do realize you're part of the problem, correct?
You realize.
Do you buy that nonsense that she's selling? She might as well sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. Do you buy that garbage that her and Mom Donnie are pushing? Please tell me you don't really believe that stuff. Please.
They get treated in the school. They're not learning nothing.
Okay, so they're not learning anything in schools, as you just said. I would agree with you. Whose fault is that ain't learning anything in school?
If I didn't stand up for my grandkids and my kids, my youngest granddaughter of her PhD in nursing. They went to school.
No, I get it, and I'm proud of you, Ina, for doing that. That's wonderful. But whose fault is it that the kids are not being educated? Are we going to stay victims for the rest of your life, my life, our grandkids' lives? At what point do we accept accountability? Come on, enough is enough. I'm proud of you, Ina. I'm proud of your granddaughter. Wonderful news. Time for a break. We're coming back.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
You know, folks, maybe it's time for me to move to Montana or Wisconsin and just chill out by myself. When I started in this business 40 years later, do you think I ever thought politically America would be in this situation, so compromised by a bunch of con artists from Mom Donnie and his racist wife to all of these socialists running around the country and winning? And traditional Democrats, what does this say about you and your sorry self and your sorry message? That they're able to parachute themselves in, say they're traditional Democrats, and steal your elections. What does that say about you? I know what it says about you, because you're too busy standing up for transgenders to compete in girl sports. You're too busy being the party of the criminals. You're representing the people and the migrants and the illegals. And you celebrate what the Supreme Court did yesterday in terms of birthright citizenship. There's nothing to celebrate. You shouldn't be allowed to come here. Oh, I'm pregnant again. Time to go back to America. Got to go to America. Oh, here's the baby. Plop. My baby is an American citizen. Take care of my child for the next 21 years. It's his or her right. And based on what the Supreme Court said, absolutely. And then mommy says, well, somebody's got to take care of my child, so I need to stay here and be with my child. I don't know, folks. 800-848-9222. Malat Kuros, Denver. Think about this, folks. You work as an attorney. You get fired from your job because you bash Israel. And you say, I'm going to show them, I'm going to run for Congress, and you win. And you win. So you failed up. You didn't fail down. You failed up on hate. That's where we stand in America at this hour. And listen to this socialist from Ethiopia, right? What she had to say again in her victory speech.
Malat Kuros will be speaking momentarily at her victory party tonight in Denver. The 29-year-old corporate attorney turned barista has defeated Democratic Congresswoman Diana DeGette, ending one of the longer careers in Democratic political history. DeGette held that seat for 15 terms and rarely had a challenger. This year, Malat Kuros pulled off what was long thought to be impossible, and she has changed Denver's Democratic Party structure and Colorado politics in doing so. Let's listen in.
This victory belongs to every single one of you! Denver voters of all ages, of all races, of all religions sent a clear message. We will not wait! We will not wait to take the fight to Donald Trump and the oligarchy. We will not wait! We will not wait to abolish ICE and pass Medicare for all! We will not wait to put an end to the politics of the past, to get big money out of our politics, and to reject corporate PACs and AIPAC. And no, we will not wait to end the genocide in Palestine.
Wow. 800-848-9222. You just heard Ina, right? Great woman talking about educating her grandchild, but basically sounding like give this woman a shot. A dollar in a dream. That's what you might as well call it, right? With much love to you, Ina. It's people like Ina, Democrat voters. You can sell these people anything. They're so naive, such political novices that they have no idea what the political process. And yes, it's wonderful that you're going to vote. But you can't vote based on free from a socialist that hates America, that hates Israel. Why would you do that? It defies logic. It goes against your own self-interest. They're not going to give you a darn thing. It's all about their agenda. And you know what, folks? With our political system, things are going downhill. Thank God for President Trump holding the fort together. Thank God for this president. Right? So socialists coming in all over America now. And if you happen to be a father like I am and you have a daughter, right? Maybe we should just be thankful that our daughters haven't been raped, right? That sounds outrageous, right? Dominic, how could you say such a thing? Well, I'm thinking about a clip that I played on the Midnight program from Jessica Gorman, who is the mother of Sheridan Gorman. You know, the 18-year-old young lady from Westchester County, New York, who went to La Loyola College in Chicago, minding her business. Up walks a migrant on her and her friends, her girlfriends, and illegal. And this migrant, allegedly, hasn't been convicted yet, charged with murder, shot her in the back of her head, 18 years old. This hot summer day, Sheridan should be out right now with her girlfriends back in Westchester County chilling or reading a book or doing her internship. Instead, she's not even 6 feet under. She was cremated. And her mother, we see all your telephone calls. I'm going to get to as many as humanly possible. But her mother, Jessica Gorman, testified on Capitol Hill yesterday. And again, her point here that she maybe should be lucky because, yes, her daughter was murdered, but at least like so many other American women, by illegals, by migrants, at least she wasn't raped.
One thing, because it's been plaguing me, and this is how messed up the situation is. This is why I'm sorry. I get so upset with your butts, and you don't want to talk about this. This is the 4th hearing. Do you know what I'm thankful for? And this is so messed up. I'm going to say I'm thankful after hearing. I didn't even know what an angel family was. Had no idea. Never even heard about it. There's so many out here. You know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful that my daughter was just shot in the back of the head, not raped, murdered, dismembered, put in a garbage can like Megan Boss with bleach poured on her, and they didn't fight her for 50 days. And you can actually dismiss the angel families. You can say, but you don't want to hear four sessions on angel families. I'm sorry, you need to. You need to. I'm actually thankful that my daughter wasn't raped. How messed up is that? That I'm thankful every day that she was just murdered, not raped and dismembered. Like, think about that. Like, how messed up is that? Do you know what I thought of this morning when I got up? What the joy of, anyone have a baby here? The joy of picking out their first outfit that they're going to wear on their ride home from the hospital. I had to pick out my daughter's last outfit, and she was a fabulous dresser. We had 100 people come to our home. 100 friends and family came to her home. We had her cremated, actually, after. And they all decorated her urn with rhinestones. All of them put it on there. She's fabulous, even in death. But for the first time, all the excitement of having a child and then having people make excuses and buts. I'm sorry. This is unacceptable. There are so many angel families out here. And the day that I have to wake up and be thankful that my daughter was only shot and not raped should tell you something. It's crazy.
And so right now, I'm thinking about her husband and how he must feel as a father. That at the end of the day, he could not protect his baby, could not protect his daughter. And we have people in Congress that respect migrants and illegals more than they respect us. Democrats. And that's the truth. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Stu. Line 3, New Jersey. Stu, what's on your mind?
How you doing, Dominic? Three things at this point.
Stu, just get to the point, please.
The woman that called before, I think, was trying to make the connection between the Lost Tribes of Israel and this woman.
Stu, can you please get to the point? I don't want to go back to it. What's the point you want to make?
Okay, I want to make, first of all, Iran. There's 90 million people in Iran. We're talking about freeing up 70 million. What are we going to do about the 20 million that are all?
I don't give a darn right now about the people in Iran. I care about Americans. What is the other point you want to make, Stu?
Okay, the other point is that why isn't the right thinking about how we deflate our economy so that people can afford to buy the things that they need to buy?
So Stu, did you just hear Jessica Gorman? And that's the best you got? That's what you're asking me? Did you just hear that mother pouring her heart out and you want to sit here and attack the right? That's the best you got?
Right. That's what I called for. That's what you asked for.
Right. Well, I want to introduce you to Mr. Click. I hope you enjoy it, Stu. Let's go to line 2. Mike in Shirley, New York. Mike, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dom. Thanks for taking my call. I was curious about why Bernie Sanders endorsed this woman. That was my first question to you, if you knew anything about that. And the second point was...
I don't, unfortunately, but go ahead.
What's that?
I said I don't, unfortunately. Go ahead. You said I had a caller.
That's fine. The other caller, he said something about how voters aren't getting out. Democrats have incentivized their voters to vote for them. We don't have any incentives on the Republican side. So I was thinking maybe if we could do like a tax break for people to get out and vote, even if they don't vote Republican. Just your thoughts on that idea, just to get people out.
Well, we have so many contentious issues in Washington. I just don't see that flying. But thank you so much for the call, Mike. Let's go to Kate, line 3 in Connecticut. Kate, what's on your mind?
Hi, how are you? I'm just calling in to give a little input. I mean, I'm a hairdresser, and I do a lot of different kinds of people's hair, and there are so many people that are naive. They do not understand what's going on. They don't even see it at all. And when you try to talk to them, they think you're crazy. And I have to give I send them clips of things and like actual, proof that what I'm saying is correct. And like the woman you had on before that was talking about her granddaughter in school. I mean, I understand where she's coming from, but so many people think that what's on the surface is what's really happening. It's not. It's behind the scenes. It's the deep state. People don't know about the deep state. I mean, it's insane, So, and so many of these people are paid by the deep state to get where they're going. And I know that, you know that, but people don't know that. They just think, they were voted in because they were la-ti-da. No way. It's a bunch of crap, really. It's just ridiculous. And we're losing our country over it. It's ridiculous.
Right. Well, Kate, thank you for doing what you do. I would say I would come get my hair done by you, but I don't have much hair. So, but thank you for what you do. And you're correct. Folks just don't know what time it is. Let's go to Steve, line 4, New Jersey. Steve, what's going on?
Hi, Dominic. I'm a retired immigration service officer supervisor, so I know a lot about immigration, the whole concept of this birthright citizenship, which I've always interpreted as wrong in America, even though some of my colleagues would challenge me. However, when Donald Trump put the executive order out, Dominic, he didn't backdate it for the people that had obtained this 50, 60, 70 years ago. It would have only counted from the time when he put the executive order out. Okay,
but Steve, you're not being realistic. If he couldn't get it to pass muster with the Supreme Court the way it is, you think it would have got through if he post-dated it for 50, 60 years?
And it's not my point, Dominic. We're going to be so
I know, but my point is I'm short on time, so you got to get to the point. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. We're going to be proactive, and we're going to stop you from being able to have these babies now. That's where we're going to go.
Now, that's language that I'm hearing, that I want to hear, Steve. You are a man of my heart. Stop these women and men from pimping America. You want to have your baby? Have it in your country. You pay for it, honey, and the baby daddy. But don't bring that child to America claiming citizenship. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, final thoughts of the day. America, we're better than this. I don't know how we get out of this mess with these socialists. And I know it started with AOC, but it seemed like it just catapulted with Mamdani. And if Mamdani had not been elected, I'm not blaming anybody right now. I'm not doing that. The past is the past. He's the mayor now. And, I got to go throw up as soon as I get off the air because I hate to be so graphic, because I have to admit that now he may get a second term. That's how slick he is, because nothing but love going to Ina. But Mamdani goes to people like Ina, and he goes, I'm going to be blunt with you people. He goes, the white man is keeping you down. I'm here, sister, to help you and your family out. And then you see what happens. Oh, free buses. Sorry, can't do that. Budget issues. We're going to deliver to supermarkets. Hey, I'm going to go to communities where there are supermarkets that have been there for 30 years, and we're going to run them all out of business because I want to prove my point that I can make supermarkets work. The lines are going to be 8 blocks long. People are going to be killing each other. You're going to need security for outdoors. But hey, none of that matters because I'm Mom Donnie, and I want to prove that my ideas work. What a joke. Let's go back to your telephone calls here. Let's see. Let's go to Roberta, line 4, Staten Island. Young lady, what's on your mind?
Yes, Dominic, all of us registered Republicans have to switch over to be Democrats, to be phony, because we have to get after these horrible people that are being elected that hate this country. I mean, why would you want to be in Congress if you hate this country so much? It doesn't make sense.
Right, I hear you, Roberta. It says you wanted to talk about Sheridan Gorman.
We're just mentioning that. But yes, because about a year ago, when President Trump put the National Guard in Washington, D.C., and it was working out very well, he tried to do it in Chicago, but the governor, mayor, whoever's supposed to let them in, wouldn't do it. So maybe this poor girl would be alive today if it wasn't for that.
Right, but Roberta, none of that matters. The only thing that matters to these idiots, to these fools, to these clowns are their Democrat issues, their Democrat principles. The fact that we care about you. Hey, 80 black people died in Chicago this weekend, including babies, women, children. Doesn't matter. I'm the mayor. I'm the governor. That's all that counts. We hate Trump. Rawr. What's your message to improve the community? We hate Trump. Rawr. That's all it works out to, Roberta. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Christine quickly, Nassau County, line 5. Christine, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Dominic. My thoughts are that, we've had this, it seems like an insurgence of these DSA candidates. However, you have to figure K through 12, as well as the college and university levels, have all been infiltrated by these people with these socialist and communist views, which
Absolutely.
then get feed down to the kids. And parents don't when was the last time any of these kids even heard of the novel Animal Farm? That shows you what socialism is. And it's just the classic educations, are far. We've missed them. We've lost that way. And in the enshrinement of the Constitution, they talk about God as well as country. And we've lost the God part, and where we put that the government owns has to give us everything, rather than have your work and what you do with God and your family and your community is how you rise. And that's just where it infuriates me. That's all.
Well, it infuriates. Thank you for that call, Christine. It infuriates all of us, folks. I'm going to have much more on this at midnight tonight, Eastern Coast time, Eastern time. You can join me at that point. Folks, born from the tragedy of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been honoring America's heroes ever since. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. The number 2, T.org, and stay cool. I'll see you folks back live at midnight.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
The
playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18 plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.